Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting spooky here. Time for spooks. Spooky. Today we're talking about the spookiest topic of all. 6v6 in Overwatch 2. I don't know, maybe it scares someone out there. Anyway, look at this. Wasn't that pretty sick? That's what the cardboard is. It's completely unfinished, but fuck it. We're going as this for Halloween. So let's talk about it. 6v6. What's going on? Well, we know 6v6 is returning in Season 14, and we know it's getting 2 playtests. One with the Min 1 Max 3, and the 2-2-2 composition. We know this. So I'm here to ask the simple question, guys. And you can feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. Do I think 6v6 is the game's solution to everything? Do I think 6v6 is going to save the game? No. Do I think the game needs saving? No. But I do think 6v6 is going to be really good for the game. I do think that 6v6 is definitely the way to go. Well, I could say that now. But then they could run the tests for 5v5 and the quick play hacked to see how that works, and that might be really good. That might work really well. But right now I'm a believer in 6v6. I think 6v6 is a good way for the game to go. I'm looking forward to the Min 1 Max 3. It's going to be very reminiscent of sort of the GOATs era. You know, not full GOATs. You can't, you're running those 3 supports. But I'm looking forward to it personally to basically just the amount of team comps you can run. I want to see how Overwatch 2 tanks play with each other. I would like to see how, let's say, Ramatra and a Mauga work together on a team. I want to see how Dive is going to work. That if you got 2 tanks, a Diva and a Winston, along with Juno and Lucio, I want to see how that's going to work pretty much. So I'm really excited to see how stuff like that works. I want to see these sort of different compositions coming into play. I want to see how basically the Overwatch 2 works in the 6v6, because it is a bit different to how 6v6 would work in Overwatch 1. You've got different passives, heroes are reworked, and stuff like that. Speaking of reworks and stuff, I wonder if anything will have to be sort of reverted. I obviously know they're not going to sort of revert how like Orisa is or how Bastion is, anything big like that, but I'm wondering if they did say they were going to be taking a look at tank passives and tank health pools if 6v6 is to come back, and when that does start running its tests. So I'm looking forward to seeing sort of how extreme that really is going to be. Maybe they'll go back to sort of just how tanks were in Overwatch 1. Maybe they'll decrease the amount of headshot damage reduction they take. Maybe they'll do something with the whole gaining ult charge off of tanks. Maybe they'll increase that pretty much, because there can be 2, maybe 3 tanks. And I'm wondering if 6v6 happens, how are tanks and sort of just people in general gonna work if they were built for 5v5, because that is probably one of the biggest issues. It was probably one of the biggest issues with the Reinhardt for the majority of Overwatch 2. Still, even now kind of is. He's gotten a bit better, but even still now kind of days, Reinhardt, he's not built for 5v5. You can't play Reinhardt in a traditional sense as you can anymore. You can't just stand there with your shield and walk forward. It doesn't work like that anymore. You gotta sort of be really aggressive with Reinhardt. You gotta be very creative with how you approach stuff as Reinhardt now. And I'd be eager to see how sort of the likes of Junker Queen go in 6v6. If you bring Junker Queen to 6v6, does that make Junker Queen even stronger? If Junker Queen has another tank there that can focus fire and Junker Queen can just mess up people? Because Junker Queen is one of the best tanks. She's really good in plenty of scenarios. So I wonder if you bring, say, another tank into this, does that make Junker Queen even that much more powerful? I'm taking a look at supports. If you're running 3 supports on a team, how's that good? That's a lot of healing. It's also a decent bit of extra damage put on the team. If you're running the likes of Brig, Juno, and Baptiste, that's a pretty nasty support combo. Especially now that Baptiste got his whole recoil reduction. It's a nasty combo. You've got a decent bit of healing going on there. You've also got Juno on speed boost. You've got Baptiste on damage. You've got Brig on damage. You've got Juno on damage as well. And there's plenty of healing there for you guys to fight and stay alive, especially with Baptiste's burst, his immortality field. Juno has her lock on. I think that's the most exciting thing about 6v6 for me personally, is I just want to see refreshing gameplay. I want to see new comps coming in. I want to see new metas. Basically, I'm just sick of Diva, Brig, Juno, Sombra. I'm sick of it. I want to see new fun stuff being played. But do I think it's going to save the game entirely? No. I definitely think it will make the game better. What I'm hoping is when 6v6 runs, I'm hoping they do it well. I'm hoping they don't just run 6v6 sort of poorly and then be like, oh, see, 6v6 doesn't work. We need to run the 5v5. We told you guys we were right. You should have listened to us, you peasants. How dare you testify against us? Yeah, I want to know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to? Are you hoping 5v5 stays? Are you looking forward to 6v6? Do you want 6v6 to be a thing? Do you want 6v6 to be permanent? But then if 6v6 comes with, we need to really ask ourselves, what's the point of the 2 being on at the end of the game's name? I'll tell you now, there's no point. There is no point in that 2 being there. That 2 is there to symbolize free-to-play hyper monetization in the in-game shop. That's what a 2 is. That 2 was meant to mean great things. That 2 was there to bring hope. That 2 was there to symbolize a new start. And yet, all that 2 brought us was pain and anguish. I'm being really dramatic, but it sucks. There's no point in this game to call Overwatch 2. It's gonna end up just being Overwatch with regular updates. And that's what it has been. It's just been Overwatch with regular updates and 5v5. But I'm hoping 6v6 comes back. I'm looking forward to personally. But I will leave this video here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want 6v6 to come back? Would you rather stay with 5v5? Are you having a good Halloween? If you are having a good Halloween, hit that subscribe button because we are pushing on to 1K subscribers. I've got a little stuff cooking. Videos might be a bit slow for the next week or 2 or a little. Overwatch news as that comes out will always come regularly, but in terms of just content, sort of like this video, it'll be a little slow. I am sort of cooking on something in the background. I'm not like NDA about it. It's just I don't want to say what I'm working on because I want it to be a surprise. I can't talk about it. I just don't want to. All my social medias are linked in the description. I'm now on Blue Sky as well, so you can go check me out there, as well as other ways to support me further. But yeah, I love you. Have a good Halloween. I'll see you later.